Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the greatest English podcast on the internet, the Social English Podcast for Japanese learners. But today, we're going to be talking about insane. A Japanese friend of mine asked me, hey, what does insane mean? We're going to break it down and talk about it on today's episode right after this.
今日のエピソードでは英語圏である西欧諸国における特定の社会的状況についての重要なソーシャルイングリッシュのヒントをお教えします。アメリカ、カナダ、イギリス、その他の英語圏の国で実際に使えるように英会話のスキルアップに焦点を当てた社会的状況に関する大事なヒントを聞きながら学んでいきます。
Hey everybody, Percy here. Welcome back to the Social English Podcast for Japanese learners. Now, if you are not a Japanese English learner, that's okay. I am glad that you're here. Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be covering another What Does This Mean episode. Today, the new word we're going to talk about is the word insane. In these episodes, we take a word that you may think you know the meaning of. What is different about this episode is that you will learn the word that has a different meaning in modern social English. What way that we speak English now, the way that we speak common English right now, you are going to learn what that different meaning is today. So again, today's word is insane. This word is very popular amongst native English speakers. Now, before we get started, I want to tell you, if you are a medium level or a high level English learner, and you understand a lot of English, this episode is going to be very useful for you. If you are a beginner, please understand this episode will be very difficult for you if you don't understand the words. So, let's get started. The word insane. You might know what the normal word insane means in normal, everyday English. Maybe you are taking lessons from an eikaiwa, or what they call in Japan, for my listeners outside of Japan, an eikaiwa is an English conversation school where people pay money to have lessons with native English speakers with a one-on-one lesson setup. So, let's talk about that. This word you usually won't learn in an eikaiwa setting. So let's define this word so you can understand it better. This is the normal common meaning. Insane, medically, mentally cannot think for oneself. Again, it is a medical term. It came from medical use, meaning a doctor, a nurse, the medical world. It means, once again, mentally cannot think for oneself. Here is an example for you. The main character in this book I'm reading is a criminal and insane. Here it is one more time. The main character in this book I'm reading is a criminal and insane. That is the sentence. That is the normal definition or meaning of insane. Now, that sentence and that definition are, of course, correct. But let's now look at the meaning and how it could help us understand it, what the new meaning of insane is. The new meaning of insane is this. It means an experience that was extraordinary or better than just being great. Once again, something that you experienced, an experience that was extraordinary or even better than just great. Here is how I want you to understand and think about the perfect use. If you try to use insane or you hear insane, this is the perfect usage. You are watching the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics with a friend. You are watching the snowboarding event and your favorite snowboarder Olympian. As you watch them, they do a very difficult skill or trick or move, and you can't believe it. It was so amazing and difficult. You look at your friend and you say, "Did you see that? That was insane." Okay, so it is something that you are reacting to. You just experienced watching this amazing move and you have to react. You must say, "Oh, wow, did you see that? It was insane."
このショーを気に入っていただけたら、5つ星のレビューをぜひお願いします。コメントは英語か日本語でお書きいただければ喜んで読ませていただきます。リアルソーシャルイングリッシュ .com にアクセスしてぜひ無料でダウンロードしてください。ほとんどの日本人の英語を勉強している人がやってしまいがちな7つの間違いとその正しい言い方。 また、毎日英語を上達させるのに役立つ資料もたくさんあります。Apple Podcast、Google Podcast、Stitcher、そして今はパンドラでもポッドキャストを購読いただけます。支援者になっていただけませんか？私たちがこのショーを作るための支援として$5の寄付をお願いできませんか？今後のエピソードで感謝の気持ちをお伝えします。また、そこでしか利用できない新しいコンテンツも入手できます。patreon.com/socialenglish からご参加ください。ソーシャルメディアで私たちのポッドキャストを友達にシェアしたり、Twitter、Facebook、Instagram のフォローをお願いします。
All right. So there you have it. There it is. A very new word that many people use in modern English conversations. I want to tell you, here at Social English, I really want you to understand that I will tell you when words or phrases are not used nowadays. But most, if not all, not most, but all of the words that you will hear on these What Does It Mean episodes are strictly to help you listen and learn modern social English used today, now, right now, in conversations by real people. Now that you know what insane means, I challenge you. I want you to try to use insane in a sentence today with a friend that is also learning English. If you don't have a friend, I want you to use your conversational avatar that we talked about previously. And I want you to practice with your conversational avatar, your perfect English listening and speaking partner. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. And I want you, this is your mission, I want you to tell at least 3 of your closest friends about this podcast. Tell them to subscribe and tell them to listen. Hey, even push subscribe on their phone. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Okay, so on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you're listening to this podcast or something else I didn't mention, I'd really appreciate it. Also, on my Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram page, leave a direct message, a DM or message. Let me know what podcast platform are you listening to us on? I'd really appreciate it. I will see you in our next episode. I really enjoy doing this podcast for you. I love it. It's my passion. I really want to help you guys. And I am so happy you spent some time with me today. Peace and love.
今日は楽しい時間をありがとうございました。ぜひ私たちのウェブサイト realsocialenglish.com を訪問して日本語訳と役立つ情報を手に入れてください。また次回お会いしましょう。バイバイ。See you next time. Bye bye.